The number 2 picks of the 2000s offer a fascinating glimpse into the hopes, struggles, and triumphs of athletes navigating the challenges of professional basketball. From the hype surrounding players like Darko Milicic, who was chosen just after LeBron James, to the meteoric rise of Kevin Durant. Join us as we dive into the journeys of every number 2 pick from the 2000s. Stromile Swift was a highly promising basketball player when he was selected as the number 2 overall pick in the 2000 NBA draft by the Vancouver Grizzlies. Standing at 6 feet 9 inches tall, Swift was known for his incredible athleticism, shot blocking ability, and explosive dunks. He had an impressive college career at LSU, where he showcased his talent and potential. However, Swift's career did not unfold as many had hoped. He played for the Grizzlies for 3 seasons but struggled to find his place on the team. His scoring was inconsistent and he averaged only about 9 points and 5 rebounds per game during his time in Memphis. While he had his moments of brilliance, like a 29-point game against the New Jersey Nets, he was often seen as a player who couldn't fully harness his athletic gifts on the court. In 2004, Swift was traded to the Houston Rockets, where he hoped for a fresh start. Although he had a better year statistically, averaging around 11 points and 5 rebounds per game, he still did not become the star that many had anticipated. And after playing 1 season with the Rockets, he was traded back to the Grizzlies, which was now the Memphis Grizzlies, and he played 2 seasons before being traded to the New Jersey Nets, where he played almost a full season before being waived on March 1st, 2009. He was then picked up 3 days later by the Phoenix Suns, where he played his final NBA season. Swift's NBA career spanned around 9 seasons, during which he averaged 10.3 points and 5.4 rebounds per game. After leaving the NBA, he played overseas and briefly joined the NBA D-League. Though he never reached superstar status, Swift is remembered for his incredible athleticism and potential, showcasing the unpredictability of the NBA and the challenges the players face in reaching their full potential. Tyson Chandler was selected as the number 2 overall pick in the 2001 NBA draft by the Chicago Bulls, and he quickly became known for his defensive skills and shot blocking ability. Standing at 7 feet 1 inches tall, Chandler was a dominant presence in the paint. His NBA journey started with promise, but his early years were also challenging as he struggled to find consistency and adapt to the professional game. After spending 4 seasons with the Bulls, Chandler was traded to the New Orleans Hornets in 2006. This trade turned out to be a turning point in his career. While with the Hornets, Chandler began to blossom into a reliable center. He formed a strong bond with superstar point guard Chris Paul, and together they led the Hornets to the playoffs. During the 2007-2008 season, Chandler averaged a career-high 11.8 points, 11.7 rebounds, and almost 2 blocks per game, showcasing his potential as a double-double machine. In 2009, Chandler was traded to the Dallas Mavericks, where he truly found his stride. His defensive skills became even more evident, helping the Mavericks become one of the top teams in the league. In 2011, Chandler played a crucial role in the Mavericks championship run, contributing to their first ever and only NBA title. He was named the NBA's Defensive Player of the Year in 2012, solidifying his reputation as one of the best defensive players in the league. After his time in Dallas, Chandler had stints with the New York Knicks and the Phoenix Suns, continuing to contribute as a defensive anchor. He returned to the Dallas Mavericks for his second stint in 2014, and in 2018, he signed with the Los Angeles Lakers, where he provided veteran leadership and experience. Chandler's career was marked not only by his on-court achievements, but also by his resilience. Throughout his time in the NBA, he faced injuries and challenges, but remained a professional and dedicated player. After 19 seasons, he officially announced his retirement in 2021, leaving behind a legacy as one of the top defensive players and a champion in the NBA. Tyson Chandler's journey from a struggling rookie to an NBA champion and Defensive Player of the Year is a testament to his hard work and determination. Jay Williams was a highly talented basketball player with a bright future ahead of him when he was drafted as the number 2 overall pick by the Chicago Bulls in the 2002 NBA Draft. Williams had been a star at Duke University, where he won a national championship and earned numerous accolades, including the Naismith College Player of the Year award. Many believed he was set to become a standout point guard in the NBA. In his rookie season with the Bulls, Williams showed flashes of his potential, averaging 9.5 points, 4.7 assists, and almost 2 steals per game. However, his shooting and consistency were still developing. He had some great performances, like a 26-point game against the New Jersey Nets, but he was still adjusting to the demands of the professional level. Tragically, Williams' basketball career was cut short in 2003 after he suffered a life-threatening motorcycle accident. The accident occurred during the off-season, and Williams was not wearing a helmet. He severely injured his leg, suffering nerve damage and fractures, which required multiple surgeries. The injury was so serious that it ended his NBA career after just 1 season. At the time, Williams' contract did not allow him to ride a motorcycle, and this added to the complications surrounding his injury. Despite his devastating injury, Jay Williams did not give up. He worked hard through rehabilitation and attempted a comeback, but his body never fully recovered to an NBA level. After realizing his playing career was over, Williams transitioned into a new role. He became a basketball analyst and a broadcaster working for ESPN, where he provides commentary and insight on college and professional basketball. While Jay Williams' playing career ended much earlier than expected, he has built a successful career in media, becoming a respected voice in the basketball world. His story is one of resilience, as he had turned a professional tragedy into a second successful career off the court. Darko Milicic was drafted as the 2nd overall pick in the 2003 NBA Draft, right after one LeBron James. Hailing from Serbia, he had already shown promise in European basketball, and expectations were sky high. However, his career took a different trajectory than many anticipated, as he struggled to live up to the immense pressure of being a high draft pick. Initially, Milicic played for the Detroit Pistons, where he contributed to the team's success, helping them win an NBA championship in 2004. Despite being a rookie, he had some memorable moments in the playoffs, but his overall playing time was limited. Over his 10 seasons in the NBA, Milicic played for several teams, including the Orlando Magic, Memphis Grizzlies, New York Knicks, Minnesota Timberwolves, Boston Celtics, and of course, the Detroit Pistons. Unfortunately, he only averaged about 6 points and 4 rebounds per game, which led to many labeling him as one of the biggest draft busts in NBA history. In 2013, at just 27 years old, Milicic decided to retire from professional basketball. His retirement was influenced by a desire to spend more time with his family and dissatisfaction with the pressures of professional sports. He also dealt with injuries, particularly to his wrist, which affected his performance. After stepping away from basketball, Milicic explored kickboxing and even competed in a couple of matches in Serbia. Though he ultimately moved away from that sport as well, Milicic found a new passion in farming, owning an apple orchard in Serbia. He has expressed joy in his lifestyle, focusing on family and a simpler life away from the spotlight. His story serves as a reminder that success isn't solely measured by athletic achievements, and a personal fulfillment is crucial. Today, Milicic lives contently with his wife and 3 children, having created a life that prioritizes happiness over public perception. Emeka Okafor was selected as the number 2 overall pick in the 2004 NBA Draft by the Charlotte Bobcats, a newly formed expansion team at the time. coming off a stellar college career at the University of Connecticut, where he led his team to a national championship and was named the Final Four's most outstanding player. Okafor had high expectations entering the NBA. He immediately made an impact, averaging a double-double with 15 points and almost 11 rebounds per game in his rookie season, which earned him the NBA Rookie of the Year. Throughout his early career with the Bobcats, Okafor was known for his shot blocking, rebounding, and defensive abilities. He consistently averaged a double-double and became one of the most reliable centers in the league. However, despite his personal success, the Bobcats struggled as a team, and Okafor's contributions often went unnoticed on a losing squad. In 2009, Okafor was traded to the New Orleans Hornets, where he continued to be a solid presence in the paint. Although he wasn't a flashy player, his toughness and work ethic made him a valuable asset on both ends of the floor. However, injuries started to slow him down, particularly a herniated disc in his neck that sidelined him for the entire 2013-2014 NBA season. This injury led many to believe that his career might be over. After several years away from the NBA, Okafor made an inspiring comeback in 2017, signing with the Philadelphia 76ers. Though his role was limited, he showed he could still contribute as a veteran presence. He later joined the New Orleans Pelicans for a short stint, proving that even after such a long layoff, he could still play at a professional level. Okafor's NBA career may have not been as dominant as some expected, but he left a lasting impact with his defense, leadership, and perseverance. Despite his setbacks, including a serious injury, Okafor's ability to return to the NBA after such a long layoff was a testament to his determination and resilience. Marvin Williams was selected as the number 2 overall pick in the 2005 NBA Draft by the Atlanta Hawks, coming out of the University of North Carolina, where he had just helped his team win a national championship. Williams was seen as a promising young forward with the potential to become a star. However, his NBA career took a different path than expected. Williams never became the superstar many thought he would be, but he carved out a long and successful career as a reliable role player. During his time with the Hawks, Williams showed flashes of his potential, averaging around 13 points and 5 rebounds per game at his peak. Although he didn't become a top scoring option, his versatility as a forward made him valuable. Williams could play both small and power forward, defending multiple positions and hitting mid-range shots. In 2012, after 7 seasons with the Hawks, Williams was traded to the Utah Jazz. His role in Utah was similar to his time in Atlanta, providing solid defense, scoring when needed, and being a team-first player. However, after 2 seasons with the Jazz, Williams found a new home with the Charlotte Hornets, where he spent the majority of his career. With the Hornets, Williams reinvented himself as a stretch forward, a forward who can shoot 3-pointers. His improved shooting, especially from beyond the arc, gave him longevity in the league. He became a key piece of Charlotte's rotation and a veteran leader in the locker room. By the later stages of his career, Williams was respected not just for his skills, but also for his professionalism and leadership. In 2020, after 15 years in the NBA, Marvin Williams retired. He finished his career with over 1,000 games played, averaging 10.2 points and 5.2 rebounds per game. While he didn't become the star that some expected, Marvin Williams had a long, steady career that many players would envy. He was the kind of player that every team needs: reliable, hardworking, and willing to do whatever it took to help his team win. LaMarcus Aldridge was drafted as the number 2 overall pick in the 2006 NBA Draft by the Chicago Bulls, but was immediately traded to the Portland Trail Blazers, where he spent the majority of his career. Aldridge became one of the best power forwards in the NBA, known for his smooth mid-range jump shot, excellent footwork, and ability to score in the post. He formed a strong duo with Brandon Roy early in his career, but as Roy's injuries piled up, Aldridge became the face of the franchise. In Portland, Aldridge was a consistent performer, earning multiple All-Star selections and leading the team to several playoff appearances. He averaged over 20 points per game for several seasons and became the franchise all-time leading scorer before leaving the team. Despite his individual success, the Trailblazers were never able to make a deep playoff run during his tenure. In 2015, Aldridge made a big decision by leaving Portland in free agency to join the San Antonio Spurs. The move was seen as a chance for him to win a championship with one of the NBA's most successful franchises. In San Antonio, Aldridge fit well into Greg Popovich's system, becoming an all-star again and helping the team remain competitive in the Western Conference. He played alongside Spurs legend Tim Duncan and later became the team's focal point after Duncan's retirement. However, Aldridge's time with the Spurs didn't lead to a championship. In 2021, after some injury issues and the team entering a rebuilding phase, he and the Spurs agreed to part ways. Aldridge then signed with the Brooklyn Nets, hoping to chase a championship alongside stars like Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden. Unfortunately, after just a few games with the Nets, Aldridge was forced to retire abruptly in April of 2021 due to a heart condition. But in a surprising turn, Aldridge made a brief comeback later in 2021 after receiving medical clearance, returning to the Nets. Although he continued to play well, he eventually retired for good in 2022, ending his remarkable 16-year career. Aldridge will be remembered as one of the best power forwards of his era, known for his scoring, professionalism, and consistent excellence on the court. Kevin Durant is one of the most successful players of his generation. Selected as the number 2 overall pick in the 2007 NBA draft by the Seattle Supersonics, Durant quickly made a name for himself as an incredible scorer. He won the NBA Rookie of the Year award in 2008 after averaging 20.3 points per game. The Sonics then moved to Oklahoma City and became the Thunder. In Durant's second season, where he continued to improve his game, Durant became a dominant force in the NBA with the Thunder, winning multiple scoring titles and being named an All-Star several times. In 2012, he led the Thunder to the NBA Finals alongside Russell Westbrook and James Harden. Though they lost to the Miami Heat, Durant's time in Oklahoma City saw him become one of the most feared offensive players, known for his smooth shooting and versatility. But after several trips to the conference finals, in 2016, Kevin Durant made a controversial decision to leave the Thunder and sign with the Golden State Warriors, a move that shook the basketball world. Many fans criticized him for joining an already powerful team, but the decision paid off. Durant won 2 NBA championships with the Warriors in 2017 and 2018, and he was named Finals MVP both times. His partnership with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson made the Warriors nearly unstoppable. However, Durant's time with the Warriors ended on a bittersweet note. In the 2019 NBA Finals, he suffered a major Achilles injury which sidelined him for an entire season. After the injury, Durant signed with the Brooklyn Nets, where he teamed up with Kyrie Irving and eventually James Harden. Despite injury setbacks, Durant returned to form as one of the league's best players, showing that even after a serious injury, his skills and determination remain top-notch. Throughout his career, Durant has been known for his incredible scoring, earning multiple MVP awards and being considered one of the greatest scorers in NBA history. His journey from Seattle to Oklahoma City, Golden State, Brooklyn, and now Phoenix is a testament to his resilience and talent. Michael Beasley was a highly touted basketball player when he entered the NBA as the number 2 overall pick in the 2008 NBA draft, selected by the Miami Heat. Beasley had an incredible college career at Kansas State, where he was known for his scoring ability and athleticism, leading to high expectations for his professional career. Beasley's rookie season with the Heat was solid as he averaged 13.9 points and 5.4 rebounds per game. However, despite his strong start, Beasley's career was often overshadowed by off-court issues and inconsistency. Throughout his time in the NBA, Beasley struggled with personal challenges, including drug-related problems. He was fined and suspended several times for violations of the NBA's substance abuse policy. After 2 seasons with Miami, Beasley was traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves in 2010. He had some productive moments there, including a career-high 19.2 points per game during the 2010-2011 season. But despite his scoring prowess, Beasley's focus and discipline were questioned, and his defense remained a weakness. Over the next several years, Beasley took a journeyman turn as he played for several different teams, including a brief return to Miami and stints with the Phoenix Suns, Houston Rockets, and Milwaukee Bucks. Despite showing flashes of brilliance, he was never able to establish himself as a consistent starter or key contributor to any of these teams. His scoring ability remained his biggest asset, but his off-court issues and defensive struggles prevented him from reaching his full potential. In addition to his time in the NBA, Beasley also played internationally, spending time in China, where he found success and put up big numbers. His overseas stints helped him stay in the basketball spotlight, but his NBA career never fully recovered. And while Michael Beasley didn't live up to expectations as a number 2 overall pick, he remains a highly talented player who had moments of greatness. His story is one of missed opportunities and the challenges of managing off-court issues while trying to succeed at the highest level. Hashim Thabit was once a highly promising basketball player. As the number 2 overall pick in the 2009 NBA draft selected by the Memphis Grizzlies, standing at an imposing 7 feet 3 inches tall. Thabit was known for his shot blocking ability and height, which made him a standout player during his college years at the University of Connecticut. However, despite his high hopes, Thabit's NBA career didn't pan out as expected. While he was dominant in college, his skills didn't translate well to the fast-paced and more physical NBA. He struggled with scoring and was often outplayed by smaller and quicker players. Thabit's time with the Grizzlies was disappointing, and after just 2 seasons, he was traded to the Houston Rockets. Over the next few years, Thabit bounced around the league, playing for teams like the Portland Trail Blazers and Oklahoma City Thunder. He was used primarily as a backup center and struggled to find a consistent role. Despite his defensive potential, he couldn't improve his offensive game and was often seen as a project player who never developed fully. By 2014, Thabit had fallen out of the NBA entirely. He spent time playing in the NBA G League, which we all know as the league's minor league system, and even ventured overseas, playing in Japan and Taiwan, in an attempt to revive his career. Unfortunately, he was unable to make a successful return to the NBA, and while his NBA career is considered a disappointment, Thabit still has some remarkable moments, especially defensively. His story remains an example of how even highly talented players can struggle with the transition from college to the NBA. Thabit may have not lived up to the expectations of a number 2 overall pick, but his journey is a reminder of how tough it is to succeed at the highest level of basketball. Did you know there's a guy that's dropped 50 points in a game on 4 different teams, the only one to do so? He's also won a 6th Man of the Year award 3 times. Jamal Crawford, one of the greatest players ever. If you want to know how he dominated coming off the bench, just click right here.